Hey there, industrialists. Cougar here, back with more Rise of Industry gameplay. Now, the game is still in early access, and they have just pushed an update, which unfortunately means that our prior save with our booze network and our burgeoning textile network is no longer viable. So we're going to have to start a new game. That shouldn't be such a big deal. We should be able to have fun with that anyway. Let's take a look at the new map that we're going to be on here. I have named it New Cougar County because this is a new map, and I've hit tab to pull up our labels. Poplarville certainly seems like a promising looking place to start, especially because it has a car parts shop already, which gives us immediate access to tier 2 and tier 3 goods, which are the big money makers, right? Well, sort of the big money makers. I mean, there are bigger money makers than that, but that's not a terrible place to start. And it looks like something that we could be doing. Hold on, let me pause here for a second and sidetrack. What I would love to be doing is fishing, because we've seen the trucks in action, we've seen the trains in action. I would love to get out on the water and do some fishing. Here, I can start let this play a little bit just to see the animations. I would love to be able to do some fishing and maybe put down an oil derrick to start harvesting some oil out here. Unfortunately, Poplarville at this point does not request any of that stuff. Well, it requests oil, and maybe that's something that we could look at. But the farmer's market is not requesting fish. So we're not going to be able to start off with fishing, but that's something that we can aim for. There is a town farther north called Effie that is requesting fish at their farmer's market. So maybe we can think about getting up here and doing some fishing later on, but not right off the bat. I think with the update, I think that the map movement is a little bit smoother, which is nice. I'm not sure what else went into this update. We'll have to find out as we go along. So let's just get started right away. Put down our headquarters here in in Poplarville. And let's see. That looks like a nice spot for it. Oh, that's new, I think. Nice little sound effect there for placing our headquarters. Let's turn off the labels for a second just to get a sense of what we're doing. So at the car parts shop, they are requesting tires. I'm just going to pause this again. Requesting tires, which are selling for an excellent price, and they're requesting rubber tubes, which are selling for a good price. So I think that what we can start out with here is getting some rubber down. Now, the hardware store itself is requesting raw rubber, which gives us an outlet for the rubber that we're producing while we work our way up the tech tree toward the tires and the rubber tubes. But with that in mind, why don't we start on our tech work here. Go to the tech tree, go to petrochemical, and we want to unlock raw rubber, which will be produced at an orchard, and unlock rubber itself, which we can't actually sell in Poplarville, but it's moving us along down toward the tires and the rubber tubes, which are the tier 3 products, which we will be able to sell for a good price there. What else do we need? I'm not really sure. We can save that last unlock there until we're sure. Oil. If we wanted to get out into the water and try to make some oil happen, maybe that's something we can think about. Along the tech tree, along the tier 3 tech tree, the higher tech stuff, we can make a car seat, which requires wood to make a furniture base, and cotton, a lot of cotton, to make a car seat, which we can sell for a really good price there. So that's something that we can aim for. The car part shop is also requesting biofuel, which is produced at a brewery and distillery using potatoes. So maybe that's something we can keep in mind for future production. So let's just get started. Let's see about doing some rubber production. I've never done rubber production before. It requires orchards. So let us start. Let's see. Where do we want to be? It's nice and flat out here. Why don't we start out here and put down an orchard facing this away and run a road off there. And put down our trees. Trees. And trees. And more trees, which is off-center. And I did it wrong again. I'm so bad with this. But it automatically defaulted to raw rubber. I'm not sure how it knew. Oh, it's because it's the only thing that we've unlocked. So good. We're going to be growing rubber there. Run a dirt road out to it. And we're going to need water for the orchard. So we need to think about that as well. Water siphon. Let's go down to our gatherers. Get a water siphon down. That's plenty of space and close enough to the orchard that it shouldn't be a very long trip. How about right over there? And start putting down our actual harvesters. There's one. 2. And no? Yes. 3. All right, great. Our 3 starting harvesters. Link them up with some dirt roads. And link it all up to the main line. All right, great. We also definitely want a warehouse down near all this stuff to make all this work a little bit more smoothly. Warehouse has a large radius, so it doesn't have to be right up on this stuff. How about there? Yeah, that works. That's fine. Right in the middle between the water siphon and the orchard. Maybe not the ideal spot for it, but it'll work. And let us hit play and let us start going. All right. So this should all be operating automatically now. And as we let that run, let's think about what else we want to do. Now we are going to need a lot of rubber. Maybe we want to put down a second orchard here. Let's see how the water evens out here before we do that. We'll go ahead and speed this up and get that running. Go siphons. Siphon that water. There go my trucks. Excellent. Excellent. And now the trucks come out from the orchard and go get the water and bring it back for the growing. Yay. All right, so for the time being, we will sell that raw rubber directly in town at the hardware store in Poplarville, 38 tiles away. And what else were we going to think about doing? We were going to think about oil. Now, I've never been out on the water before, and I think we have to unlock those derricks, right? Offshore oil drill, 175K, and it's unlocked already. Shall we try this? Let's give this a whirl. I've never done this before. Is that going to give us an indicator for where we can build? There, it's green there, and it looks like it's got a large radius. I can just barely see the outline of it there. Maybe I didn't have it off. All right, it's overlapping that fish resource is the problem over there. So how about here? Let's give this a shot. And then an oil derrick. I guess, do we put it right on the oil? I don't know. Do we put it near the oil? It's green everywhere. I guess like any other harvester, we just kind of put it close enough to the harvested material that it can get there. All right. Let's just let that run and see. All right, it's doing its thing. And then we can hook up a dirt road. Hook up a dirt road right there. Okay, great. And it'll take that to the warehouse. And then from the warehouse, we're going to sell that. All auto, all manual. These are new buttons. I'm not exactly sure. All auto, all manual. Let's leave it on all auto for now. That's outgoing. This is new. Incoming products and outgoing products now have separate tabs. That, I think, was what was causing me problems in the last playthrough, was that setting one to manual, like for the incoming products, would mess things up. All right. So anyway, let's choose our destination for the tier 1 product, which would, or raw resource, would be oil, and sell the oil at the hardware store in Poplarville. All right, so that should get us a little bit of money coming in just from selling these raw resources while we work our way up the tech tree. I still have one unlock. Hold on, let me just slow this down while we're in the tech tree, because time does continue while you're in the tech tree. And think about what we should unlock next. We want to keep going down the petrochemical tree. Now, this is not a free unlock down here on the 3rd tier, so that is just a destination for us to be working toward. I'm not really sure what our next free unlock should be. There's no copper in our region, so we can't be working on any copper. We could be working on, I think, metallurgy. I think steel we'll take as a free unlock, with a steel frame as our ultimate destination there, because we can sell that at the auto parts store here in town. Auto parts store. Hold on, let me turn the tabs back on. Car parts shop. We can sell steel frames, which only require steel, and those are produced at a glassworks and smelter. So that should be unlocked for us now. So why don't we get some steel production started by looking, again, tabs. We got iron ore here and coal there. And that's what we need to make steel, I think. If I click on that, it will tell me. Yeah, iron ore and coal to make steel at a glassworks and smelter. Why don't we get that started right now with an iron mine? Iron mine. I don't want to put it so close that I block the actual harvesters, but not so far away that the harvesters have trouble reaching. And a coal mine over here. How about that? And now get a dirt road going here. And there. We may need a warehouse on this side of town to make it make sense. And yeah, we didn't actually put the mines down. So let's do that now. Harvester 1 must be built within owner's range. That's within range. And that's within range. And that's within range. And then over here, Harvester 1. That's within range. And that's within range. And that's not within range. That's within range. Oop, did I block that? I blocked that off. That was dumb. Oh, that was dumb. Well, they're going to have to go all the way around the outside. I guess that's not the end of the world. How about that? Yes, I know. Very inefficient placement of my harvesters. That is my hallmark. I'm doing it, but I'm not doing it well. Deal with it. I'm going to have to run this all the way around the outside. Wow, that was pretty bad. But aren't these nice? Look at that. I've never built an iron ore mine before. That looks really cool. Oh, I like that. All right, yeah, and we should probably build a... hold on before I build anything. Let's make sure this is hooked up. And we need a warehouse on this side of town so that it doesn't have to take it all the way over to the other side of town. Warehouse, how about there? Okay. Yeah, this truck's probably going all the way over to the other side of town. Oh, no, that's from somebody else. Okay, good. For now, these guys will be going to warehouse 2, and we should think about setting up some steel production. Can we sell? Unfortunately, I do not think we can sell raw steel here in town. Well, obviously, we're not going to sell it at the farmer's market. We can close that. But no, the hardware store is not demanding raw steel. The only thing we're going to be able to do with that steel is get it turned into steel frames. So we got to make that happen, which is going to require glassworks and smelters. And here they are for $650,000 each. And we're probably going to need a bunch of them. So why don't we start with 1 and expand from there. Now our automated warehouse should take care of all this stuff for us. And as soon as we have progressed through to making those steel frames, progressed down the tech tree as far as the steel frames, which will be soon, but not next. The tires are next. With an eye toward making those tires happen, we need a petrochemical plant, right? Petrochemical plant we have already unlocked with one of our free tech unlocks at the start, so we can go ahead and build this. Why don't we do that? This is probably going to be... Now, eventually there's going to be pollution concerns in the game. I don't think they're in yet. So we can just go ahead, as long as we're not building it right up on top of the city, I think we're okay to turn this... You know, until the tires are unlocked, it's not going to make sense to have anything going to that petrochemical plant. We would rather just be selling the raw rubber. So we'll just switch the petrochemical plant off for now. I probably shouldn't even have built it, but I believe as long as it's switched off, it's not costing us any money to have it sitting there idle. Now I put those water harvesters right on top of another iron ore outcropping, which is probably not great. But maybe we can make that work later if we need more iron ore. We'll see. And we're creating some steel already. Great. All right, let's speed up time and make this happen. They're just going to be storing all that steel for now until we've unlocked the steel frame production. So, but that's fine. It is happening. Let's check our stores here. Right now, we've only got the iron ore coming in, but probably my smelter is almost done with its first batch of steel. Here it comes. Here it comes. Here it comes. Bingo! There's our first batch of steel. And now if I check the storage here, yep, we've got some steel stored here. So great. Once we've unlocked the tech, we'll be able to turn all that steel into steel frames and sell them at the car parts store here in Poplarville. Let's take a look around Poplarville. It's a nice little town, isn't it? Here's our auto parts store right there. Wholesaler, headquarters. Great. Great. And let's check our finances. We are pulling in a little bit of profit, but not enough to offset what we're spending. We're still spending more than we're pulling in, but I think we're doing okay. Let's just check our levels here. We're bringing in too much water, which to me means that we could think about putting down another orchard. Why don't we do that? Why don't we do that? Right here. Right. That's very close to town. Let's try this again. All right. Oh, X. Click. And hold. There we go. And now let's see. If I rotate it this way, this is the... No, that's fine. There's 1. And there's 2. And there's 3. All right, great. And just hook up the road. And we're good to go. All right, that'll use up some of the excess water that we've got sitting here in our warehouse. In fact, there it goes. 27, 25, 24, 23, 20. There it goes. Okay, good. Growing rubber. Look at our rubber plantation. Those trees are not as pretty as fruit-bearing trees, but they look okay. And hopefully soon we'll be able to start turning out our tires, which are up here, and that is progressing pretty damn slowly. But I'm reluctant to increase our investments. What's happening with this oil, by the way? Oh, we did send it into town to be sold at the... No, we never did. What's it doing? Is it sitting here in our warehouse? There's no oil in the warehouse. Is it sitting here at the offshore drill? Yeah, it's just sitting here. Okay. All right. So we got to ship this. Oh, you know what? It must be just outside the warehouse's range. So it's not going to the warehouse. So I have to sell it myself at the hardware store in town. And there go all my oil trucks heading for town to make me some moolah. Oh, there's a sale on a building. Hey, Glassworks and Smelters are 25% off right now. Let me slow down time so that doesn't expire. I'm going to need a bunch of Glassworks and Smelters because I'm going to need smelters over here, and I'm going to need smelters for something else we needed over here. I forget what it was. But why don't we go ahead and take advantage of that sale and build some more Glassworks and Smelters. X, click, U. You know what? I actually find it easier to just do it myself. And $500,000. I've got the money. I can spare it. I think we're gonna need 4 of these eventually. So I'm gonna go ahead and take advantage of the 25% off sale and build a bunch of them. And connect them up with roads. Roads where we're going. We don't need roads. Alright. Now, I don't know. I guess maybe there'll be enough raw materials to supply all those. It looks like there will be because we got 45 coal and some iron sitting in there doing nothing. In fact, it looks like we're turning out more coal than we're needing because we need 8 iron ore and 4 coal to make the steel. So we're using up twice as much iron ore as we are coal. I can sell off that extra coal in town raw for now. Commercial hardware store, Poplarville. Maybe we can even out that production at some point, but for now I'll just go ahead and sell it because we need the money. And now I think I just got to let this run to try to gauge what our actual profits are so far. All that coal going to be sold raw. We're only bringing in, last month we brought in 163,000, which isn't much. Our expenses look like, it looks like we're just about breaking even. Maybe we're going to be doing a little bit of profit next month, but for now we're just breaking even. Oh, I really don't, I don't want that warehouse selling off all my coal. No, okay, it's portioning it out appropriately. And that looks pretty good. We're actually going to be turning out a buttload of steel here now. I hope that research, boy, this research is going really slowly. Let's go to our HQ and see if we can increase our research spending a bit to try to speed that up. That's going to put a dent into our early profits here because we're not selling any really high-tier goods. But this all looks to be going rather smoothly. I should not have built that petrochemical plant at this point, but I did. Ooh, look at all the pollution. Oh, we are true industrialists now, guys. Look at us pumping all that pollution out. Luckily, we don't have to worry about that at this stage of development. Another thing that they're thinking of adding, traffic concerns, which will give you a reason to upgrade to highways, which you see here it says highway coming soon. You can't build highways yet, but there's no reason to because traffic is non-existent. There's no reason for us to worry about that. All right, well, increasing our investment in tech has certainly sped up our progress up the tech tree noticeably. So hopefully we are not too far away. I'll go ahead and speed this up. Hopefully we're not too far away from getting our next set of production down. I believe we are going to need, we're going to need this rubber to make the tires. Yeah, tires require the processed rubber, so we're going to need a second petrochemical plant at some point. But let's not, since we're not even using the one we have right now, let's not worry about that yet. All right, but soon tires will be unlocked. Soon. Maybe we should be stockpiling this rubber. Maybe we should turn this back on and start stockpiling that rubber in anticipation of having those tires unlocked. Let's do that. And switch off. Hey, that's a new sound effect. Great. That's good. A sound effect to let you know that you have finished tech research, which I think is important. That's good to know. So let us switch off our direct selling of the raw rubber at the hardware store and let the automatic warehouse get it to the petrochemical plant where it can be turned into processed rubber. And that's going to take 35 days. So eventually we're going to turn the processed rubber into tires. Why is no rubber is going... Okay, this one, I copied that over, so it copied the settings as well. So that was all being sold. We don't want it to be sold. We want it to go to the petrochemical plant soon. Soon, please. No, we want it rubber. Go ahead. Go make some rubber. Check our storage. It's not storing any yet. All right, it's still catching up to me turning that all off. That's oil going into town to be sold raw. I'd love to process that at some point. I believe that we can process that into refined oil and maybe some other stuff soon. Unfortunately, none of that stuff is being demanded here in Poplarville. The only thing Poplarville is demanding is the raw oil right now. No processed oil here. Maybe we should think about biofuel. We're running a little low on funds. I don't want to build too quickly. I would like to see rubber going to this petrochemical plant. We just have to wait for it to finish growing here. Right? You're not storing any. You're storing a bunch. Why are you storing a bunch? That should be going to my petrochemical plant. Should I send it there directly? Why is my warehouse not taking care of this? In incoming products, all auto. That's what we want, right? Why is the rubber itself not an incoming product? Why is the raw rubber not an incoming product? I don't know. I don't know, but in the meantime, I will go ahead and manually choose a destination for this here. Send it to the petrochemical plant 1. And this one as well. Send it to petrochemical plant 1. And now it's producing the processed rubber. I don't know why it didn't do that automatically. I'll try to figure that out. If anybody knows, drop it down in the comments. In the meantime, once this rubber starts coming out, we're going to be able to turn it into tires. Running a little low on cash here. We're down to under $1 million. And we are losing money right now because we're not selling any of that rubber anymore. And we're not selling this steel either until these steel frames get produced. And our storage is full over here because we've been turning out all that steel. Look at all this steel. It's getting full anyway. Huh. I did this a little bit out of order, unfortunately. But I think it's all going to even out eventually. Right now, we're just stockpiling the processed rubber. Here it goes. Look at all that oil going for sale. It should bring in a pretty penny. All right, steel frame is about to be unlocked. Great. Now, I turn that into a steel frame here. Let's go ahead and set that to steel. Yes? No, steel frame is what I want. No, not steel. Steel. I'm producing steel frames. Okay. All right. Fine, fine, fine. This one, too, I think we can set to steel frames. Yes. All right. Now we'll be clearing out that warehouse by bringing all this. Yeah, there it goes. It's no longer overcrowded. And then the steel frames will be brought back to the warehouse, and we will sell them in town. That is a tier 2 product. Good prices for a tier 2. And still sell that in town at the car parts shop. All right, that should start really bringing in some money. And we are in the red now. Our balance is low. Why don't we take out a loan? We're still operating on our starter loan. Let's see if we can get any good rates for a loan here. Bankruptcy alert! Yes, I will take an emergency loan from the state at the low interest rate of 25%. $5 million need to be repaid over the course of the next 5 years. We will take it. Now, I didn't even do that myself. It alerted me to that. So, okay. Now let's use that money to get another petrochemical plant down and start turning out... Start turning out tires. Tires, yes, tires. Okay, great. And then the tires will go to the warehouse, and from the warehouse we will sell our tires, which are tier 2 products. Choose destination, commercial, car parts shop in Poplarville. Super duper. Oh, I had a line selling oil here, but the oil was never actually making it to... Right? Yeah, the oil was never actually making it to the warehouse, so I can turn that off. It was going directly from our offshore oil drill, which, by the way, we never really checked out. Let's check out our offshore oil drills. They look nice. Maybe a little bit more animation going on would be cool. But they are making oil for us and taking it to our platform here. Okay, good. All right, and our petrochemical plant is making tires. It turned out its first batch of tires. Look, there go the tires. And then the tires turn right around and head back into town. You know what I'd love is the ability to track these. A little camera button there so that we could follow these around without doing it ourselves. Okay. All right. All right, good. We're turning a profit. Hey, look down here, guys. Net income, $607,000 last month. So, we've got some... Immediately, we're able to jump to some high-tier products by virtue of the car parts shop being here in Poplarville. So, we're already turning a profit. We'll be able to pay off that emergency loan we had to take off. There's a contract offer here. Deliver a bunch of steel frames to Tanque Verde. Hold on. Where's Tanque Verde? Autosave. Tanque Verde is all the way over here, and there's no bridge across. If there was a bridge here, that would be a fairly straight shot, and we could think about taking that. But as it is, the trucks would have to go all the way around through here. And so that doesn't make sense. We'll decline that contract offer. There's another contract offer, 17 raw rubber to Palmajero. Where is Palmajero? Palmajero. Up here. Kind of far away. I'll bet we could do it though. If we get on it immediately, I'll bet we could accomplish that. All right, let's try it. Let's try it out. Let's try that, which means we are going to directly distribute our raw rubber for now to the contract location, the Palmajero wholesaler. I'm going to set both my orchards to do that for the time being. And see if we can make that contract work. Yes, that's going to cut into our tire production for a little bit of time, but it may be worth it in the end if we can actually fulfill the contract, which is going down really, really fast. And those trucks have a really, really long way to go. So I don't know if this is going to work. Rolling the dice. For now, it looks like we've got enough stockpile of rubber, raw rubber, here that we're going to be able to continue producing tires for a little while. None of our trucks have reached Palmajero yet, but as I said, they do have a long way to go. Gotta go all the way up here and over there and then up here and then through here and then across there. Wow, this may have been a really, really, really bad idea. We'll see. We'll see. Wait and see. In the meantime... Oh, in the meantime, we're not freaking researching anything. Again, I need a big flashing indicator telling me that I'm not researching anything. For now, let's start with our logistics stuff. Let's get some more storage opened up, and that'll lead us down to more fields. Let's get more orchard fields, since that's the only thing that we have. Increase our gatherer storage and get more harvesters unlocked as well. And then maybe some more destination slots from, well, that's from our fields and harvesters. What we really want are roads and distribution slots at our warehouses. Yeah, add distribution slots to warehouses. That's what we want. Okay, good. We are turning a profit. We're researching really quickly now, which is good. Well, really quickly because I've got it on super high speed. We've delivered 4 of 17 raw rubber to Palmajero, and it's halfway through already. 8 of 17 now. I guess we've got a shot at actually making this happen, but it's going to be close. It's going to be really close. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I think our chances just improved. We may actually be able to finish this contract. 14 of 17 delivered. And now we've unlocked more orchard fields, so we can put down more. Oh, you know what else I want to unlock is more of the shore-based stuff, shore-based harvesters, coastal harvesters. And we did it. We completed our contract, guys. So I'm not sure how much money that netted us, since I failed to actually look at it. But we can turn this back to now. Yeah, let's just let the warehouse handle it for now. Switch this back to auto, and switch this back to auto, and let the warehouse take care of all that for us now. Yay, we did our contract, and we made almost $1 million in net income last month, guys. Off to a good start. I'll tell you, having a tier 3 outlet right from the start is huge. Oh, and look, something new has opened here. An ironmongery, which will buy raw steel. I don't want to sell them raw steel. It will also buy diodes, but we have no copper to make the diodes. We have no copper to make the tubing. It'll buy ceramics, which we only need sand to make. Well, sand and coal, but we have coal. All right. We've unlocked a new tech. We'll think about selling some ceramics in this new business in Poplarville eventually. Petrochemical plant is this is going to be a little behind. This is going to be lagging a bit now because we sent all that raw rubber off to complete that contract, but it'll catch up and it'll get back up to speed. Meanwhile, over here, our glassworks and smelter seems to be doing just fine. We're not clogged up with. We've got a tiny bit of overflow steel here, and we've got overflow iron ore, which we shouldn't have. The reason we've got overflow iron ore is because we had 4 glassworks and smelters working on the raw steel. Now we only have 2. Still, I think that's just fine. We are turning a profit. We got 10 million in the bank now, and that is a very high interest loan emergency loan we had to take out. So why don't we see about paying that off? Oh, that was cute. Did you see the icon on it before I clicked off it? It had a broken piggy bank. That was cute. All right, stuff's working. Stuff's doing its thing. Great, and we are just plowing through the tech. Why don't we slow this down to a more manageable level while we think about what we want to do next? Glass and metallurgy. Why don't we think about getting up to the ceramics? Okay. What else? We were going to think about getting those car seats done. That requires a furniture base and raw cotton. Raw cotton would be under the textiles, right? Textiles. Okay, so we got to unlock cotton fields next. Well, not next, but soon. All right, our petrochemical plant is still lagging behind a little bit because we had to complete that contract, but everything else seems to be operating okay. And we've got money in the bank even after paying off the loan, and we are turning a profit already this month. So next, we've already gone up the sand tech tree a bit. But that is high tier stuff that we can sell. And I think that's going to be less labor intensive. Oh, what's clogging up the warehouse here? There shouldn't be stuff this petrochemical plant has lots. We need another petrochemical plant processing the rubber. Yes, we do. All right, down to factories, petrochemical plant. I'm going to do the Catherine of Sky thing and put these back to back. And then run a road out there. Just mention again, I say the Catherine of Sky thing. Catherine of Sky is another YouTuber who has been doing this a lot longer than I have and is much, much better at it than I am. So if you really want to see some super efficient, super compact layouts, check out some of Catherine of Sky's playthroughs. She does a great job with this game. Of course, she's been playing it for like a year, and I've been playing it for, I don't know, a few weeks. So hopefully by the time I've been playing as long as she is, I will do it as well as she does. But for now, nope. No. All right, that opened up another outlet for all that stockpiled raw rubber. Right? So send all your raw rubber over there. Guys, I think I'm going to call this an episode. We are off to a very good start, I would say, here on our new playthrough. We've got steel frames coming out of glassworks and smelters out here. Coal and iron ore going to our smelters to make the steel going to our smelters to make the steel frames going into town to be sold at the car parts shop. And then on this end, we've got rubber going to our petrochemical plants, being processed into refined rubber, then going to our petrochemical plants to be turned into tires to be sold in town. Why does this still doesn't have enough? It's just waiting on rubber. It just needs a little bit more processed rubber. And then we've got some oil derricks down out here, which the oil, we're not able to refine it because there's no place to sell the refined oil, but we're making some low-level profits off of the raw oil that's going into Poplarville to be sold. So thanks for watching the start of this new playthrough here in Rise of Industry. Leave a like and subscribe if you're enjoying it, and there'll be more coming soon. Stay profitable, industrialists.